I will be giving a brief overview of the slides that were presented at the open house. The first slide explains the project workflow. As you can see, the project has been in process for quite a while. We are currently in the public involvement stage of the project, preparing preliminary layouts and presenting at public open houses for comments and review. After the concepts have all been recommended by the Transportation Commission, we will be going to the City Council for preliminary layout approval and then going into final design. The project itself is funded in several ways. There's federal money that has been awarded to the project in the amount of $7.8 million. Hennepin County will be contributing $23.4 million, and the city will be contributing $5.7 million through various means such as our state aid, gas tax, street reconstruction bonds, utility rates, and Excel payers fee. The guiding principles were developed in coordination with the advisory commissions and the city council, as well as the business groups in town and resident input. The guiding principles are meant to help guide preliminary design of the projects in Richfield. They include multimodal design, connectivity and public realm, local economy, design for people, community character and identity, sustainable solutions, healthy and active lifestyles, and unique location. The project process involves evaluating concepts with the project goals through coordination with stakeholders. Specifically, the project goals include improving pedestrian experience both along and across the roadways, improving transit passenger waiting experience and building on pedestrian safety, providing space that's comfortable for recreational and commuter bicyclists, providing center turn lanes to minimize conflicts, narrowing lanes to reduce speeds, adding green boulevards for snow storage and maintenance. Staff is in coordination with the City Council, the Transportation Commission, the county, property owners, Federal Highway Agency, Metro Transit, MnDOT, and business owners along the corridor. There has been several open houses to date on the 66th Street project. Common themes from previous public meetings include the desire to minimize property impacts, minimize acquisition of properties west of I-35W where right-of-way is tight. Complaints include sidewalks that are too close to the roadway, sidewalks that are not well maintained, not enough space for snow storage, high traffic volumes and speeds that makes crossing the road difficult as a pedestrian and bicyclist. Traffic is noisy, causes vibrations and impacts to properties that are located close to the roadway. We heard safety concerns specifically about crossing between Lakeshore Drive and Lyndale Avenue. Drivers complained of too much delay and congestion, high traffic volumes that make it difficult to cross the corridor and turn from and onto the corridor. And bicyclists complained about traffic volumes and speeds that discourage bicycling in the corridor, and the fact that there was no dedicated space for bicycling. Using the guiding principles and the public input, we've identified the following community problem statement. Safety and comfort for pedestrians, transit users, bicyclists, and drivers is compromised and users are not satisfied with the way the existing roads operate. Our goal is to address the safety and design through the consideration of speed, conflict points and crash patterns, and space allocations. In preparation for preliminary design, we've conducted speed studies to determine what speeds vehicles are traveling through the corridor, and conducted crash analysis to examine what crashes have existed in the past and how we could potentially reduce those in the future. The slide regarding conflict points is to better explain why different intersections can improve safety. None of the major intersections designs have been decided yet. We are examining both traditional signals and roundabouts at the major intersections to see if there are benefits to each. East of I-35W, the concept number 4B has been recommended by the Transportation Commission for City Council approval. It will go to the City Council in October for that decision. The concept, which includes one-way cycle tracks with 2 sidewalks and a boulevard between the vehicles and cycle track, was recommended over concept number 2, which included on-street bike lanes. Concept 4B, as you can see by the cross-sections at the bottom of the slide, will fit in both a 3-lane and 4-lane divided configuration. The main difference between concept 4B and concept 2, which was not advanced, is that the sidewalks are on the far outside, the bike lanes have been pushed back behind the boulevard, and there are no on-street bike facilities. This has the advantage of protecting the bicyclists as they are biking along the corridor, while maintaining separation between the pedestrian and the bicyclists and the motor vehicles. East of Nicollet Avenue, the roadway will consist of a 3-lane section. That's 1 travel lane in each direction with a center turn lane. West of Nicollet Avenue, the roadway will be much like it is today in a 4-lane divided configuration, with occasional left turns where needed, and medians. Medians may also be placed east of Nicollet Avenue in the 3-lane configuration, where it's determined they make sense for pedestrian crossing safety. Previous concepts that were examined but not advanced include concept number 1, which was on-street bike lanes with 2 sidewalks, but no recreational bicyclist facility. Concept number 3, a sidewalk and multi-use trail with no on-street or commuter bicyclist accommodation. And concept number 4A, which was one-way cycle tracks with 2 sidewalks that put the cycle tracks immediately behind the curb. This was determined to be more difficult for winter maintenance, as snow from the roadway would be continued to be pushed onto the bicycle facility. There are several concepts being looked at to increase safety at intersections. One would be a closed raised median. This would involve closing off the side streets at specific locations to improve crossing safety and reduce conflicts between turning vehicles. Another is a full access median. This is the type of intersection that will be used on the reconstruction of Portland Avenue. Full access will still be maintained in all directions, but a raised median will be placed in the center of the roadway to facilitate safer crossings and to reduce speeds along the corridor. That concludes 4B.